The Alpha's Rejected One. Episode 6. River, you lost your mind. Rage ripped through me. How dare this little runt think it was okay to assume my mate would be at her service. I knew these two were not brilliant, but this is just plain stupid. I am sorry, she stammered out. I didn't, stepping closer to her. You didn't what? Did you think you came in here and demanded someone to wait on your hand and foot? I just thought that Mia could what? I grit through my teeth. I know what she is thinking. Just cause Mia was a servant before, she would still be, she was you know, one of our, servants back home, so? You assumed she would jump to do your bidding. Her eyes widened even more as she slowly realized how wrong she was and how much she had just screwed up. Yes, I didn't mean to upset her. She tried looking around me, moving so she couldn't, her eyes moving up to meet mine. Or you? Her voice shook a little as she dropped her eyes, unable to hold the stare with me. She couldn't, leaning down closer to her. I wanted to make sure she understood me. I will say this only once, so you better listen and listen well. My mate is not here to serve you now, nor will she be that again. She is my mate, which makes her the royal beta female. She outranks you, so if anything, you should be serving her. Don't you ever talk to her again or even look in her direction. Are we clear? Swallowing slowly, she just bods her head, her face paled. I could smell the fear rolling off her. River, I heard my name, and then tingles ran along my arm. Pulling back, I glanced down to see my mate next to me. She looked up at me, her eyes calm looking. It's all right. Caitlin has never been here before. She doesn't know how everything runs here. I am sure she didn't mean anything by it. Mia is right. This time, it was Willow who spoke, and it shocked us all. Even Lincoln looked at her. Lincoln, could we find someone to help Caitlin? She asked him as he just looked at her, then a tiny smile appeared on his face. I am sure we can. Let me ask Mom. I am sure she has someone in mind. He got that faraway look, so I knew he was linking this. Mom, good news. Mom happens to have someone and is having them sent up to your room. Willow turned to face Caitlin. Is that all right with you? She looked between us all. I could hear Heather snicker from behind us. Sure, yes. Thank you, Willow. Confusion was clearly written on her face. Well, I guess I'll take my leave then. Good night and thank you for your help. She slides past us. Well, that was interesting, Heather says as she loops her arms with my. I notice Mai has her head down. I was about to pull her to me when Lincoln spoke up. We are being watched. I did not turn around or move my head. I stepped up next to Mia, pulling an arm around her shoulder. Lincoln pulls Willow close to him, falling in next to us as we make our way down the hall. Milo. He hummed, placing a kiss on Willow's temple. We heard a low growl come from behind us. He's up to something. What the plan? I asked him. I could spin around and rip into him. I still was feeling edgy from that crap with that idiot girl. It wouldn't take much to channel that all to him. Let's get the girls someplace safe, then we can deal with him. I don't want him to know where Willow is staying. Why don't we go to Luna Hazel's office? It is just down the other hall, Heather says. She looks up at me. Heather, how many times does Mom say not to call her that? Lincoln fusses at her. She looks down. A lot. I am sorry, it's just I respect her too much not to call her that. Well, I appreciate you doing so. You're a good kid, Heather. She thinks as you like a daughter. She loves you, Lincoln says as he looks at her, giving her a wink. Heather don't say anything, but I hear a sniffle as Mia pulls her closer to her. I reach out, rubbing her shoulder, which earns me one of her smiles. I love my sister. After our parents died, she has been my responsibility. I would protect her just as much as I would Mia. I'm beyond happy those two got along so well. Heather looks at Mia like an older sister. That is something she needs. I've taken care of her, but I am a guy, and there are things I can't help her with, and it kills me. But with Mia here, it changes everything. All right, to the office it is, I say, pulling the girls with me. We did not say anything more as we walked down the hall. Lincoln opened the door once we reached the office, letting the girls walk in first. Shutting the door, turning the lock. All right, we need a plan. He is still tailing us, I say, rubbing my hands together. We have to be careful. I don't want to screw this up. We still have to meet with them tomorrow once we learn their endgame. All bets are off. Willow can accept his rejection and we can send them on their merry way, Lincoln says as he paces by the door. Maybe we should keep it down. We don't want him to hear us, Mia says as she sits down next to Willow. Office is soundproof. Mom handles just as important issues in here as Dad does. Oh, I think it best if the girls stayed somewhere else other than here. Lincoln shot me a look. I know he was thinking the same thing. Milo is tailing to see where Willow says if she stays with one of us, he will find all three of them. It is not likely how he reacted to Heather in the office, and now he knows she is close to Willow just as Mia is. He will use that. He rubs his forehead. I was just thinking that. What? All three jump up. Where would we go? Heather asked. I am not hiding. That boy can suck a duck for all I care, Heather. Both Mia and I yell. Willow is trying to hold her smile with her hand covering her mouth, but Lincoln, oh no, he barks out a laugh. Oh God, Heather, that was good, dude, don't encourage her. I scowl at him, turning my glare back to my sister. What? It's not like I said anything wrong. I said the duck, not dice, Heather. I growl at her. Fine, you grumpy pants. As I was saying, I turned to look at Lincoln, who still is smirking. Let's find a place and keep the girls there. Yes, I totally agree with that. His voice is rough as he tries not to laugh again. He clears his throat. Okay, okay, his hands held up, surrendering. Where did you have in mind? I can have guards posted around for extra protection. What about one of the safe houses along the border? He thinks for a minute. That would work. I'll link Dad and have him get with Ryland to get some guards out there. We continued to plan this out. He linked his dad and said he would get with Ryland and have the guards ready. We picked the farthest cabin out. It was bigger. There would be enough room for them. I hated the idea of hiding them away, but right now, with Milo pulling this and we still did not know what those two were up to, this is a safer way. Guys, Heather pipes up, how do you pose we get there without him following us, as I am sure he's waiting out there like the creep he is. That easy, Lincoln says, walking over to the bookcase and pushing on it. A popping noise is heard. He pulls on it as it swings open. We will use the secret escape. No way. All three girls jump up, running over, looking in. What? You didn't think Mom wouldn't have an escape route? I never knew this was here. Heather pulls back, looking at me. You did, didn't you? She says to me. I could hear the hurt, but I couldn't tell her. I know all of them throughout the house, Heather, it is not his fault. No one knows about these, so you can't tell anyone. Each person who knows is ordered not to share them with anyone, Lincoln tells her. She nodded her head. I understand. River would never purposely lie to me. River, you lead. Girls, you stay in the middle. I will follow. Stepping into the open doorway, I reach a hand behind me. Mia grabs it. Don't let go, I tell her. She nods, then reaches back for Heather's hand. She grabs Mia's hand and then reaches back for Willow's hand. Lincoln steps in behind us, pulling shut the door, hearing the click of the lock. Lucas, sir, maybe you should rest. Pinning the Omega with a stare, she shut up quickly. Find me, Beta Cole, now. Jumping in her spot. Yes, sir, right away, she spun, rushing out of the room, rubbing my chest. Damn you, Amy, I groaned to no one but myself. There was a knock that made me look up. The one warrior, Michael, stood in the doorway. You asked to see me, Alpha. Sitting up and leaning back against the chair, I can't let them see me as weak. They can't know. Yes, have a seat, Michael. I gesture to the chair. Walking over, he sat down. He looked at me, his eyes taking my appearance in, and the fact I know he knows she left. They all do. I am just a bit ready to face them. I know they will want answers, but I don't have any for them. Her leaving took me by surprise. I never would have thought she would do that. Alpha, are you all right? Well, I guess I am not doing such a good job hiding it. Yes, Michael, I am fine. I asked you here. As you know, the spot for Gamma is open, and I understand you have been showing interest in the spot. Perking up. Yes, Alpha, I'll give you a trial period. You can start tomorrow. If you can handle the workload and show you can do the job, the title will be yours. How long is the trial? I'll give you a week. Taking a deep breath in as pain rose up again in my chest, he stood up, reaching out to shake my hand. Just then, Cole walked into my office. Michael, he said as he held his hand out to him. Beta Cole, Michael here is going to be giving a trial on the Gamma spot starting tomorrow. He can't begin the Gamma duties. Cole nodded his head, looking at Michael. I think you will do well. You're a strong warrior and have shown great improvements. I am happy for you to have that title. Thank you, Beta Cole. He looked at me with a bow. Alpha, you can go, Michael. Yes, sir. He walked out, shutting the door. I slumped forward, letting out a sigh. Lucas, don't you think you should be resting? No. There is too much to do. Sighing, he sat down. Amy has left the territory. All the members are going to feel the absences they felt when she crossed the border. You will have to tell them, I can't. They will see a weakness. I can't let them. Knowing my Luna has left, someone will see an open invitation to challenge me. They know I'm vulnerable. Shutting my eyes, I leaned my head back, trying to ease the pain I was feeling. I, too, felt when she crossed the border and cut all ties to the pack. This is why Milo should be here. Have you located him yet? I peeked my eye open, looking at him. I think I did, yes, but you're not going to like where he is. That made me sit up, both eyes open, looking at him. Where? He and Caitlin are at the Lycans' territory. They arrived early this morning. Caitlin? Why would she go? I stopped. God damn it, that girl don't ever learn. And as for Milo, what the hell is he doing? Maybe he is there trying to get information on Willow for you. As far as Caitlin, I am not sure I understand. Rubbing my forehead, Caitlin is obsessed with the prince. She went there hoping to get him to show her interest. His head bobbed like he understood my meaning. I don't know if he did or not. Call Milo now. And if he don't answer, get your daughter down here and have her call. Standing, I needed to move to walk. This pain in my chest wasn't letting up, and now my two stupid children are in that place. If Milo thinks he is getting her back, he is wrong. She is to be mine and mine alone. He didn't want her, and I need her more now than before with Amy leaving. This will weaken the pack. I have to have a Luna and quick before someone decides to try and take the pack over or take my title. Neither are answering. Let me have Ashlyn try. He may answer for her and Caitlin as well. I am sure they didn't want you knowing they were going there. Holding my growl, I nod as I walk to the window, looking out it. How did I not know they left? I should have felt it, but then again, those two cross over the border all the time, so I stopped paying attention long ago. With this rejection still so fresh and her cutting the ties, it hurt even worse. She had everything. Her life was a walk in the park here, no cleaning, no duties except talking with the members, kissing the pups, planning parties, being at my side when she was supposed to be, no questions asked, and she goes and pulls this act. She will pay for it. Once I get this settled with Willow, I'll turn my attention to her. Lincoln. We packed some clothes and moved back through a series of tunnels to stay hidden, meeting back up with River and the girls. We took the tunnel outside. The girls were all giggling, and I couldn't help but smile at seeing Willow open up so much. Her giggles and laughter were music to my ears each time I heard her, crossing the side yard and moving down the dirty path. I know it's a good distance to the cabin, but I know he won't find her out here. He won't be able to track her. River and I scent will overpower theirs. Willow seemed to slow down a pace or two. You okay? Placing a hand on her elbow, looking up at me. Yes, just haven't walked this far in a while. I can carry you. Pulling her to a stop. I don't want you to get overtired. She glanced back down the path. Is it far still? Yeah, it's the farthest out. We have a good hike yet ahead of us. Oh, she looked back at me. That sounds really far to carry me. Giving her a big grin. I think I'll be all right after all. I am a Lycan, and on top, I am a royal Lycan. Why do you think I have all these muscles? I hold my arms up, flexing as she lets out a laugh. Stop it. She smacks my arm. Oh, you know you like it. I do it again. She laughs out again, grabbing my arm. Come on, you goof, let's keep up. If I get tired, I'll let you put your muscles to work then, I couldn't help myself. I scooped her up, she let out a squeal and started laughing as I jogged to catch up with the others. Lincoln put me down, giggling when I would spin quickly. Once I was behind them, they were looking back, laughing. I set her down so she could walk. See, I saved some of your energy, chuckling. Why thank you, good sir, she makes a half bow. How will I ever repay you? I think you have been hanging around river too long, that would be some lame comeback of his, and now he has my mate doing it. Hey, I heard that. River calls back to us. I roll my eyes at him. A slight breeze picks up, and it carries an unfamiliar scent. I picked it up right away, and so didn't River as he came to a stop. What's wrong? Mia asked as she looked from River to me. River turns to look at me. Rogues, he says, looking just as confused as me. We haven't had rogues around here in a while. They generally stay clear of our land. Spinning Willow to face me, I am going to shift. I will carry you the rest of the way. She looked up at me, her big eyes held worry. If I carry you, my scent will mask yours, and we can move faster. Guards are waiting at the cabin, but we can't take the chance to have them cross our path right now. I need to get you to safety. She looked over as we heard the ripping of clothes. River stood there. He had already scooped Mia up. What about Heather? My chest was filled with warmth as she was worried about Heather's safety as well. River will carry her as well, but how? She asked just as Heather bailed up on River's back. Willow's eyes widened. Will he be able to carry both? River turned, taking off with both girls hanging onto him. See, they will be fine, pulling her face back to me. I am going to shift. She nodded as I took a step back, letting my beast forward and shifting quickly. I heard a gasp as I focused my eyes to see my mate looking at me. She wasn't afraid, and I was happy. I'm pretty big, being an alpha Lecan with royalty on top of it. I can't talk with her yet, so I took slow, small steps towards her. Even though I wanted to run and scoop her up, not wanting to wait for the rogues to find us, I also didn't want to scare her. When I am right in front of her, she looks up, her eyes searching mine. I give her a small grunt, then lean down, picking her up. I can smell her scent better in my Lecan form. She don't hesitate, sliding her arms around my neck. I make sure to hold her so my claws do not cut her. I take off. My main focus is getting her to that cabin, then finding out how rogues got across or patrol. Willow, it did not take long, and we reached a small cabin. 3 guys were standing out front as a 4th guy walked out of the cabin. Why are you 2 in Lecan form? And carrying the girls? He asked, coming down the steps to us. Hi, Ryland, Hidaher chirped as he approached River. He glanced down at her. Hey, sweetie, what happened? We smelled rogues about halfway here, so the guys thought it is better to shift and run here. Rogues. He snapped his head to Lincoln. He held his hand out. How about you 2 shift and get dressed, then we can talk. I watched as the 2 walked around the side of the cabin, and not even 2 seconds later, they walked back out in nothing but shorts. All right, you want to tell me about these rogues? The guy Ryland asked. Maybe we should go inside. I don't want Willow out here, and she needs rest. Lincoln says as his arms come around my waist, with a nod. All right, I had the cabin stocked with everything you will need for a few days. He stepped aside, letting us walk in first. Inside, the cabin wasn't massive, but it was big enough for us to hang there for a few days. It was all open, the kitchen and living room with a bar in the middle as a divider, then a hallway on the far side. You could see the door open as light shone on the floor in front of them. Lincoln walked me to the couch, letting me sit down. You need anything? Shaking my head, no, I am okay, thanks though. Mia and Heather sat next to me. Okay, so rogues? The Ryland guy asked again. Yeah, we were about halfway here when we picked up a faint smell of them. It wasn't suo or strong, so I am say they were about half-mile out, maybe less. How did they get by the patrol? Don't know, but we didn't stick around to ask. We shifted and ran here, River said as he flopped down in the one chair. The guy just raised a brow at him. Don't look at me like that. I ran here carrying 2 people, he says as his hand gestures to Mia and Heather. Suddenly, a pillow goes flying across the room, smacking him in the head. Hey, yelling as he looked over, you saying we're heavy? Heather grits out at him. I think he is Heather. Mia smirks as she looks back at him. What? No, he's up and out the chair, moving towards those 2. Mia holds her hand up. Oh no, you don't. You can sit your little butt back down, Mr. River. She drags out his name, stopping. He just looked at her. Mia, sugar sweet, I would never say that. I hand to cover my mouth to hide the smile as he looked about, ready to get down on his knees. Oh, don't want to hear it. Maybe you should lie down if you're so tired. I'll wait here with Heather. At least she don't think I am heavy. He was about to say something when the door flew open. One of the men from outside came in. Rogues, he says as he crosses the room. The 3 of us jumped to our feet. How many? Lincoln asked, moving closer. I am not sure. They have surrounded the place. The guys moved. Each took a window. I got 2 over here, same back here, 3 out the back side. How many out front? 4, the one guy says. We will each need to take a side. Let's get the girls in one of the rooms. Lincoln grabs my hand as River wraps his arms around the other 2. They usher us down the hall to the last room. Stay in here, do not come out or open the door till one of us says to. All of us nod. Without another word, they shut the door. I looked at the door for a few more minutes but then looked away. I walked over to the far walk, leaning my back again, sliding down it till I sat on the floor. Heather and Mia joined me as well. It was so quiet out there you couldn't hear anything. It gave me an uneasy feeling. What do you think is happening? Mia asked, as we all just looked at the closed door. I don't know. River put his blocks up. Can't link him. There was a loud crash followed by growling. I jumped at the sounds, my breathing picking up. Mia's hand rested on my leg. We be all right, she whispered to me. The door flew off the hinges, wood splintering everywhere, causing a scream to leave out of me. Covering our heads, 2 bodies were fighting in the room, smashing into everything. I knew it wasn't Lincoln or River. It wasn't their Lincoln. Maybe one of the other guys then. The window broke as a guy stuck his head in looking for us, his eyes landing on us as we pushed ourselves against the wall, trying not to get mauled by the fight. Come over here. He yelled at us. Heather shoved against my shoulder. Go, she yelled. Mia moved first. We crawled, pressed along the wall, and kept low. Once we were there, we went up, ready to climb out. Let's go, come on, give me your hand. He reached in and grabbed Mia, pulling her out the window. He appeared again, reaching in. He was about to grab me when a body knocked into us, making me fly away from the window. Hitting the wall, my head made contact, causing everything to spin around me. Willow! Heather yells as she goes to grab me, but two hands grab her, pulling her back and out the window. Looking out the window, I saw the man again. He was looking right at me. Come on, crawl, stay down, nodding. I did want, he said, even though my head felt like it was splitting in half. I seemed like it took forever to reach the window when I felt myself being lifted. Oh my God, Willow, are you all right? Heather and Mia were next to me? Yeah, I think so. I knocked my head, but I think I am all right. I reach up, rubbing the back of my head, feeling some wetness. We need to move to stay close, the guy says as he looks around. Standing with Heather and Mia's help, we start to follow him, but he is tackled from the side by a wolf. The guy shifted into a lichen as he attacked the wolf. Both end up moving away from us. Another appeared, blocking our way. Heather let go of my arm, stepping forward. Back off, wolf boy, her hands on her hips as she stared right at him. He snapped his jaws at her, but she didn't flinch or move. I was trying to focus, but my head started to spin more, and I felt nauseous. I closed my eyes, trying to steady myself. Don't say I didn't warn you. Heather's voice caused me to open my eyes just as the wolf lunged straight at her. She spun around, wrapping one arm under his neck and swinging onto his back. She reached up, grabbing the top of his snout, pulling herself close to his body. Taking her other hand to hold his jaw, she started to pull his mouth open. Locking her legs, she sat up, giving one final pull. She broke his jaw. With a whimper, the wolf shook his head. Heather slid off the side, digging her heels into the ground and locking her arms around his neck, twisting one way and then throwing herself back the other way. A loud snapping sound followed. Letting go, she stood up as the lifeless body fell to the ground. She dusted her pants and shirt off. Told you would regret it. She walks back to us. Heather, what the hell? Mia says as we just stare at her. What? You forget I am a lichen. Sure, I can't shift, but my brother is the royal beta. He's been training me since I was 5. I can take of a werewolf in my human form. No big deal. She moves back by me, taking my arm. How's your head? I am okay. I am going to have a bad headache. I am sure you will. Now, let's move. We can't stay here. We look around, but there are no sounds. Is the fight over? Mia asked as we started to move. Reaching the corner of the cabin, Heather peeks around it. Her shoulder relaxes. River. She calls out, waving us to follow. In front of the cabin, dead bodies lay around. Willow. I hear Lincoln's voice as he runs out of the cabin, not even using the steps. He was in front of us in no time. What happened? He looks at me. Got bumped, I tell him. He moves behind me, checking the back of my head. You bleeding? I feel his hand pressing my hair again. We can't stay here. It's not safe. Someone let them get by until I find out who. It's safer at the pack house, Ryland says as he comes over. Lincoln tossing the paper down. I rubbed the palm of my hand over my eyes, blinking as I stopped to look up at Dad. He was feeling the same thing. We had spent the last 4 hours going through all the papers that Caitlin had brought with her on what her dad has been doing in that pack. We made it back to the pack house after the run-in with those rogues. Ryland and Carter had been going over the patrol when we learned that someone had switched out orders and left a gap for them to slip through. They have been hiding out waiting for a few days on. They just happened to have picked up our scents. What they were doing here we still don't know. I tried to get Willow to stay in my room. She seemed like she wanted to but then pulled back. I didn't want to push her, so I had guards at both ends of the hallway and at the elevator as well as the stairs. I know my room is just across from hers, and I pretty much stay in Willow's room. I end up sleeping in the chair, but I'll take it, as long as I know she's safe. Milo has been lying low since that day. He followed us. He watches from a distance but never comes close. Even at the dinners, he will glance at her but not let his eye linger very long. Still not trusting him, I still have guards tailing him. He and his sister met with us again, handing over the papers. We are to meet with them again tomorrow. Milo once again asked about the Alpha position, but Dad told him the same thing again. As for Caitlin, she has made herself a spot with Hollis goons. Not sure I am really like that idea, but for now she hasn't done anything or started any trouble. She even spoke politely to Willow and Mia this morning. Not like her brother. I am not letting my guard down. She is still being tailed as well. I am ready for this to be over and Willow can accept this damn rejection, and we can move on. We still have this investigation going on. Holly River seems to think she may be the one who messed with the patrol. I wouldn't put it past her. We need to find out what she was trying to do with rogues, why she would have them hiding out, what her end game. This is a mess, Dad says as he leans back in his chair. I have to agree. He has run this pack into the ground. No wonder he was reaching out for help financially. Glancing down at the paper on the desk, it's going to be a lot of work to rebuild it, but I don't think we can put it off. He has to come out of the Alpha position. We will need to have people ready to move in and start right away. I know he's not going to like this, and he's going to cause trouble, but we can't let this pack go on like this anymore. Dad says as he stands stretching. Are we going there to do it in person or have him summon here? Dad stops for a moment, looking out the window. I think we will have him summoned here. I do believe if we go there, it will turn into a fight, and I want to avoid that. I'm not comfortable leaving here with those other two on the loose, and with those rogues gaining access. I would rather we stay here. Ryland and Carter should have more information for us today. Dad spun around as there was a knock on the door. Come in, he called out. The door opened as a servant stuck his head in. I'm sorry to bother you, sir, but you have a visitor. The guards at the gate couldn't reach you. Looking over at me, he gave me a confused look. You have anyone coming? Shaking my head, no. Looking back at the young boy, have them brought in. Standing, I walk over next to Dad. Who do you think it is? I asked him as we waited. I don't know, but we are going to find out. Just as the door opened, looking at the person stepping in, well, that wasn't who I was expecting. Cole, I needed to make a move. He was weakened by that rejection, and I had to give it to her. I didn't think she would do something like that. She always struck me as a ditzy airhead who dressed up and played the perfect mate, planning parties and ensuring she looked good. I didn't not see this coming, and I wondered what pushed her to do it. Sure, she may know some of the things that her mate has done, but not all of them. It's not like they have had the best relationship. He is a liar and a cheater, and she is loyal to the bone or just plain dumb. Now is my chance. They may not have been fated mates, but a rejection hurt no matter what. They have been a pair for years, so there is a bond. Should I kill him or just beat him till he submits to me? Either way, it gives me the right to claim the title, even with Milo living, and if I have to, I'll take care of that little mutt as well, even though he wouldn't be hard to control. He never was alpha material, and he's mated to my daughter, who I would never hurt, but if he fights back, well then I'll find her someone else. It's now or never. Leaving my office, I head toward his office. He hasn't left there since that day and did nothing but drink all day, so this will be easy. Pushing the door open, I see him slumped over at his desk. Hand holding an empty glass, he was unfit for an alpha. He was careless and became so obsessed over one female wolf that he ruined this pack. I knew what I had to do right then. Stepping in and shutting the door softly, I moved slowly over toward him. I could hear him snoring. He passed out cold. Perfect, I thought to myself. I moved till I was right behind his chair, letting my claws grow out on one hand as I reached up with my other, bumping the chair with my knee. His head jolted, wrapping my hand around to cover his mouth and pulling him back against me. He was too drunk to fight me off. He's an alpha. He should be able to throw me off without breaking a sweat, but he's too weak. He struggled with muffled sounds coming out of him, leaning closer. You weak sorry excuse of an alpha. With those words, I ran my hand through his chest, ripping his heart out. His body went limp, falling forward. I stood there, heart in my hand, as the blood dripped from it. I felt a surge of victory run through me. He was dead. I had killed him. Now his title is mine. Linking a few of my men, I needed to move him out to the woods to make it look like a rogue attack. Members wouldn't follow me if they knew I killed him in cold blood. Sure, if I had challenged him, that would be different, but I didn't. I took his life right here while he was in a drunken slumber, tossing his heart on the desk as my men walked in, all with shocked looks on their faces. Take his body out and make it look like a rogue attack. No one will question why he was out there. They all know by now the Luna left, and they will think he was running off his grief. Nodding their heads, they grabbed him, dragging him towards the door. Make sure no one sees you. It's late enough. No one should be out, only patrol. Come back and clean up this mess. Yes, sir. Moving to the bathroom, I washed my hands. Now I had to plan out how his body would be found. Do I let patrol find him, or should I be the one to discover his body? Either way, it would be known tomorrow about his death. Milo stepping out of my room, I saw Caitlin doing the same. I hadn't seen much of her lately while staying here. She seems to have looped in with that Holly girl and her friends. We met with the king again, giving him all the paperwork Caitlin had brought with us. Mom even tried calling us the same day, but neither one of us answered her call. I even talked to the king about the alpha position again. He said the same thing, there will be trials before he chooses anyone. I was annoyed at that, but I didn't want to push it. I wanted that title even though it was my right to have. I know going this route in getting Dad removed was going to change a few things, so I had to show him I was worthy of it and, by doing so, keep my nose clean and walk a straight line, which is very hard. My wolf is pushing for me, fine Willow. It don't help that her scent is everywhere. I have to remind myself at dinners not to stare at her. I steal quick glances, but I make sure not to let my eyes linger on her. Hey, haven't seen you in a few days, I tell her as I shut my door. I know, I am sorry. Holly has been showing me how everything works here. I've learned a lot from her in the last few days. Oh yeah, like what? I ask as we start to walk down the hall. Nothing super important, just mostly the rules. The king runs a tight ship here, and even the queen don't allow things to go undone either. I have also let her spill everything about Lincoln. I know she has some feelings for him, so she is my best way of learning everything about him. Ah, so it's kinda like recon. Her head bobs. Yes. I guess you could say that. So, where are you off to now? I was told the king wanted to see me. What are you heading to do? Well, just the same as you. Apparently, we are both wanted at his office this morning. You think he decided, Dad? Not sure, I hope so. Then he can start these trials he keeps talking about. What about Willow? Her voice was low as she leaned closer to me. Once these trails are made, then I'll deal with that. Right now, I'll settle for seeing her here and there. I need to be in a spot of power before I do anything. What about Ashlyn? I'll still keep her as my Luna, but I need to have Willow close. My bond with her isn't fully broken. My wolf still wants her even though we marked Ashlyn. Well, that mess is all you, big brother. I have my own plan to handle. The king's door comes into view. Knocking on it, we waited a few minutes when it swung open. Come on in, you two. I had to hold the growl in. He was annoying. I wanted to wipe that stupid smirk off his face. Mooring Beta River, my sister purred at him as she walked in. I just gave a slight nod with a grunt at him. He was doing the same. Good morning, Prince Declan. I wanted to roll my eyes at her attempt at sounding, morning, Miss Caitlin. He glanced at me, Milo, turning my attention to the king. Morning, sir. Morning to both of you. Won't you two have a seat? Sitting down, I made sure to keep my attention on the king. I couldn't stand to look at that was always touching Willow or placing kisses on her temple, always fussing over her, never leaving her alone for one damn minute. Now I have looked over everything you two have given me and what was on the flash drive. We have come to a decision. That being said, I am removing your father from his role as Alpha. The pack is in bad shape and will require a lot to rebuild it up to what it should be. I wanted to fist pump and yell to the skies, but I couldn't do that. I had to convince him to give me the title. My sister and I understand. We have seen what he has done to the pack, and they do not deserve to be in that situation. Yes, well, I am glad you two understand this and know what is right and wrong. Now, I know you want the position of Alpha, and by your birthright, you should be, but this isn't easy and must be handled carefully. You do know the pack better than anyone else. If I were to appoint you Alpha, you would not be on your own. I would assign someone to guide you and the pack to where it needs to be. I didn't like the sound of that, but if it meant I would get the pack, I would do anything. What would you say to that? Wait, what was he asking me? I looked at him, My eyes must have been wide or my face showing I fully understood his question. You seem not to be following, so let me explain. I have a lot to handle here, and holding trails will tie me up even more. You already know the pack and each member. If you can work with this person and not make it worse or fight against them, I will appoint someone to guide you and help rebuild the pack. Once everything is back to where it should be, you will be running the pack on your own. Can you handle that? Oh my God, Milo, you should take it. You deserve it, my sister squealed next to me. I snapped out of my fog. Yes, of course, sir, I would be happy to work with someone. Whatever it takes, I am in. Clapping his hands together, perfect, I have a few people in mind. I will meet with them this afternoon, and then I will inform you of who I chose. You should be on your way home by tonight. He then turned, looking at my sister. As for your request to stay here, I understand you are in a bad spot by bringing me all this and going against your father. I will allow you a trial base here. If you show you have good intentions here, then you can stay on as a member, but if you break any of my rules or step out of line, then I will not hesitate to ship you back to your brother. Oh, I promise I will do whatever you say to me. I really like it here and have already made a few friends. I won't mess up. Good enough now since that is all settled. I will get with those people and get that dealt with. You two are excused. Standing up, I offer him my hand. He takes it. Thank you, sir. I appreciate the chance you are giving me. Don't make me regret it. Boy, his grip was firm. I winced a little. Damn, for an old guy. He sure held some strength. Letting go, I showed good manners and walked my sister out. Once we were out the door, Caitlin started jumping up and down like a little girl. Oh my God, Milo! It worked! SHHH, damn, you're gonna give us away. She covered her mouth. I am sorry, I am just so excited, she mumbled. I got to go find Holly. She will be happy to know I am staying. She took off skipping. I went back to my room. I needed to think of what to do about Willow. He said I would be heading home tonight. I need her to be going with me. I can't leave here without her. My phone rang, and I saw it was Cole. I didn't want to answer, so I pushed him to voicemail. It started to ring again, but this time it was Ashlyn's number. I haven't really spoken to her since I got here. We have texted a little, but I have been avoiding her. Hitting the button. Hey Ash. Oh God, Milo, was she crying? Ash, are you crying? I could hear her sniffle again. Milo, it's your dad. Her voice cut off before she could finish. Ash, what about my dad? Ashlyn. There were ruffling sounds and muffled voices. Milo, this time, it was Cole's voice. Cole, what's going on? Milo, there has been an accident with your father. I am afraid he has been killed. Willow rubbing my head, I felt a headache again. I seem to get these daily, and they come and go. I thought it was from hitting my head at the cabin. Even Dr. April said I would most likely have them, but today, it feels different. It is more like pressure than hurt, and today, it made me feel nauseous. My vision seemed blurry a bit, like I was looking out a fogged-up window. Dear, you look a little pale, Hazel says as she brushes some hair away from my face. I was sitting at a table in her office, but the pressure in my head was so bad I laid my head on the table. The coolness of it felt good against my skin. Oh, you are burning up. Suddenly, her hands were on my head and face as she turned it to face her. I squinted as I tried looking up at her. Willow, talk to me, what hurts? Does something hurt? My head, I have pressure. I winced as I shut my eyes as it seemed to build more. Okay, we are going to Dr. April. She tried to help me, but I did not have the strength to pick myself up. I slumped back down in the chair. I could hear the office door fly open, but I knew it wasn't Lincoln who had come in. Where is Lincoln? I heard someone ask. He's out with Ryland and Carter. There was an issue on the west border. What's wrong? I felt big hands touch my forehead. She was burning up. I know was about to take her to Dr. April. She does not even have the strength to hold herself up. I felt my hair move. Willow honey, I am going to carry you. I wanted to answer him, but all I could do was a slight groan. I felt myself being lifted as I lay against a chest, my head loped down on his shoulder, and my whole body felt so lifeless, but the burning feeling that ran through me was becoming more assertive. Her whole body is burning up. I could tell we were moving, but I could see where we were going. The pressure in my head was becoming so intense I couldn't keep my eyes open anymore. I suddenly felt sleepy. Maybe that's why I need sleep. Feeling the darkness starting to settle in, I didn't stop it, nor did I want to. Maybe if I sleep, it will stop, and the pressure will go away when I wake. Giving in, I let the darkness wrap around me. Lincoln, I looked down at the dead bodies. Rogues had crossed over the border again, but this time, our patrols caught them. Lincoln, I heard River calling me. Spinning around, I walked over. He held one we managed to capture. I am going to take him to the cells. All right, I am going to talk to Ryland a bit. Double check to make sure no others are hanging around, then I'll be back. I'll go with River. Carter spoke up as he walked over, looking down at the rogue. Maybe he will feel chatty on the way there. Spitting at Carter, the rogue growled at him. Carter laughed at him. Always so tough, aren't they? River pulled him along by his arms, seeing as his hands were bound behind him. He just doesn't know us well enough. Hell, by tomorrow, he will feel as though we are all best buds. River says, looking over at the rogue. I'll never talk. I could hear him saying as they pulled him farther away. Turning to look at Ryland, what do you think? I asked as I walked closer to him. Well, someone is definitely messing with the orders to the patrol. I had a set of extra patrols to run through here at different times than normal. They didn't even see the others. When we found them, they said they were told to go to the north border, not the west. He kicked the one dead rogue as he had changed back to his human form. I think I know who it is, but I need to catch her in the act, and that may be who. Rubbing my forehead, Holly? Holly? Why would she do it? River and I are investigating her. When River was with her, something didn't seem right. Even Heather noticed it. We found something about her, but nothing hard yet, and now, with me finding my mate, she has been missing in action normally. She is everywhere I am. I know she is planning something. She has even befriended that Caitlin girl. How do you think she is changing the order? Let me ask, were the patrols who were to be here tonight unmated? He stopped to think for a minute. Yes, I do believe one of them is. Let's do this. I want all unmated patrols to be pulled off and replaced with all mated and marked males. We will even use the female warriors to fill in. You think she is using the unmated ones? Yes, I do. So why not throw a curveball and see what happens? Alright, that's going to take some time. Why don't you get Daniels to help you? He was a beta before he can handle something like this. Lincoln. Mom's voice rips through my head. Dang. Mom. Why are you yelling? Lincoln, get to the clinic. Willow, I didn't wait. I shifted, taking off, hearing Ryland calling my name. I am on my way. Holly, Holly. I heard someone yelling my name. I groaned when I realized who it was. Forcing a smile, I turned her way. Hey, Caitlin. She came running and then hugged me. I didn't mind her for the first few days, but now she was getting annoying, especially with all her questions about Lincoln. It didn't take me long to figure out what she was up to, but it won't work, as she does not have him. I have worked too hard to get myself into a spot with power. My plan with River backfired cause of his damn sister, but I can't let this one fall through. Someone looks happy this morning. Oh God, yes, I am. I just had a meeting with the king, and he's allowing me to stay. She was all giddy, and I so wanted to slap her one. I wasn't in the mood for her. My try at getting more Rogan had just flopped. I spent how many hours letting that idiot patrol have his fun with me, only for it to be a bust cause there were 2 more extra that I knew nothing about. Oh, that's good. You wanted that. I am sure you will like hear better. She flipped her hair over her shoulder. That's for sure. Is your brother staying? He was cute. I wouldn't mind having a roll in the sheets with him, even though that first night, he wouldn't take his eyes off that god-awful girl. No, he is returning to the pack. With the help of the king, he will be taking over as alpha. That was interesting. That's too bad. I thought maybe he would have been staying, seeing as you are. He has always wanted to be alpha, but our father wasn't interested in stepping down, so the king is having him removed. He's down some things and now the king feels he shouldn't be alpha anymore. He's mated, right? Oh yeah, to my best friend, Ashlyn. I wish she could have come here, but she has to stay there with Milo. Even though they aren't fated mates, Milo was mated to someone else. Oh, do tell. She passed for a minute. Hell with it. He was mated to that Willow girl, but he rejected her, then chose Ashlyn. They caught my attention. Willow? As in, the girl Lincoln is falling all over and making a huge fuss over? That Willow. She nodded her head. I understand why he rejected her apparently. She don't have a wolf. Oh, this gets better and better. Really? Yep. And Milo don't want that. He needs a strong wolf, seeing as he is going to be alpha, plus she was a servant, nothing more. I don't want someone like that standing next to me. Her phone started to ring. Oh, speaking of him, my brother, he's calling me. Hang on, let me see what he wants. Yeah, go ahead, I waved at her, letting all this new information sink in. She was wolfless. Oh, how that would work in my favor even better. Lincoln 2 days, that's how long she had been asleep lying there, so still not even as a twitch of her fingers. I watched her chest rise and fall, listening to her heartbeat telling me she was still with me. How I wished she would make some noise. Anything to ease my pain of seeing her so motionless. Lincoln, you need to eat something. Mom's voice is low as she sits beside me. Shaking my head at her words, I am not hungry, Mom. You can't keep going like this. Shutting my eyes, I refuse to leave her side. When I got here and saw what state she was in, my heart shattered. Dr. April was just as confused as we were. It was like she was shifting but only made it halfway through it. They gave her something to stop it as it was becoming so painful she couldn't stay awake. She would wake up screaming in pain and then pass out again, fear of her heart giving out with the amount of stress Dr. April sedated her, which made her slip into a coma. I can't eat. Not with her being like this. I need her to wake up. A hand touches my shoulder. I know, dear, Dr. April is trying everything she can. I know she was right, but a lot was unknown. We didn't know if she would wake on her own or how long she would stay in a coma. Her vitals were stable, but she wasn't waking up or showing any sign of waking anytime soon. It was as if she was frozen lying there. Her skin was cool to the touch, even with a blanket over her. The door opened, making me look up. Dr. April walked in, her eyes on me. I have some news, she spoke as she walked quickly to the other side of Willow's bed, sitting up at her words. News? I asked. Yes, I have been calling everyone I know to find anything to help. One person called back. I explained what happened. I did have to give some details about her. I am sorry. I do not mean to break any trust by telling him, but he needed some information on her background so he could understand her better. Waving a hand at her, it's okay, I understand why. What did he have to say? Well, she paused as she looked down at Willow. I could see she was worried about something. Dr. April, Mom called her. She snapped her eyes away from Willow and back on us. Yes, sorry, he had dealt with one case like this where the person had gotten stuck shifting. It is almost like Willow here. She was beaten when she was younger, making her wolf very weak, and she wasn't able to shift when she came of age. However, when she met her mate, it made her wolf surge forward, causing her to start to shift, but she couldn't finish and shift all the way with how weak her wolf was, and her body wasn't ready for the amount of stress that goes into shifting. So, what happens? I asked when she stopped again, worry on her face once more. Well, just like what happened with Willow, she slipped into a coma when she did. Her body started to shut down. She wasn't strong enough, so he did the only thing he could think of. She took a breath. My heart hammered in my chest as I waited for her words. He had her mate mark her. Mark her. I repeated her words, nodding her head. Yes, he said once her mate marked her, she woke up. Her body healed instantly. Was this female rejected like Willow? This time, Mom asked. I couldn't even get past the thought of marking her. My beast was clawing at me to come forward and do just that. No, that is the only difference, is she wasn't rejected, but I don't think it will cause a problem. It may even break the last of the bond if she is marked, and seeing as it is a mark from a royal Lycan, it should outweigh just a regular werewolf mark. Sure, he will feel it when she gets marked, but I do not believe it will cause any harm. Did he say anything else? Pulling my eyes away from Willow to look at the drive, shaking her head, no, he was very certain it would work. Rubbing the back of my neck, I was at a crossroads and unsure how to take it. If it worked once, maybe it would again, but what if Willow's body isn't ready for me to mark her? I do not want to mark her without her consent. Sure, we have come a long way, but was she ready to bear my mark? Would she hate me for doing it while she was in a coma? Holding her hand in mine, I could feel how cold she was, bringing it to my lips and kissing it softly. I looked at her closed eyes. I am sorry, I don't have better news. I have never dealt with a case like this. I don't mean to let you down. Dr. April's voice broke a little when she spoke, glancing up. I could see the tears in her eyes. You haven't let us down. Standing up, I looked at Mom. What do you think? She looked from me to Willow, then back to me. I think it worth a try. If it worked before, I am sure it will work again, and I don't think our girl has gone through so much just for it to end now. I want to think she was right. She has been through more than anybody I know and has survived everything. I would hate to think the moon goddess would take her from me now. All right, I looked at Dr. April. Let's try. She nodded. I would like to have a team on standby just in case. They don't have to be in here, but I will have them waiting out in the hall. Okay. She hurried out of the room as I sat on the edge of the bed. I trailed a finger down her cheek. Lincoln, I am going to inform your father. Giving her a nod. I didn't take my eyes off my mate. Please let this work. I say more to myself. I wouldn't forget myself if I caused her any pain or brought harm to her by doing this. A hand on my arm made me look away from her. Looking over at Mom, she gave me a small smile. It will be all right, Lincoln. I am sure of it. She's a fighter. She will get through this. Just then, Dr. April walked back in. I have a team outside, so whenever you're ready. Mom moved back, walking around to stand with the doctor. They both walked back a few steps, giving me space. Normally this is done when you mate one another, but my beast didn't care about that. He was ready to surge forward and claim her. He didn't care if he wasn't mating her while he laid his claim. Letting him come forward, I felt my teeth elongate, the tips pressing against the inside of my lips. Sliding my hand under her upper body, lifting her, pulling her closer to me, running my nose along her neck, letting him find the spot he was after. When he stopped, we licked the spot. I could feel my teeth grazing her skin when we opened our mouths. Leaning forward a bit, we sank our teeth in her flesh, biting down hard. As I heard a growl leave my chest, a metallic taste filled my mouth as her blood ran in as I held onto her neck. When he felt satisfied with the bit, he let go, licking the wound. He instantly retreated to the back of my mind with a sigh of contentment from him. Dr. April and Mom were by the bed when I laid her back again. The mattress, are you okay? Mom asked as she came next to me. With a nod, I slowly moved to sit in the chair. Feeling exhausted, leaning my head in my hand. I couldn't fight the sleep as it washed over me. I could hear someone calling my name, but I couldn't pick my head up to see who it was. Darkness surrounded me and I let it pull me in. Milo, she still isn't answering. Caitlin's voice made my ears hurt. I don't know. Caitlin Cole said she left right after the fight they had. He seemed to think she rejected him. She is probably laying low somewhere. Guess you're right. I mean, I am sure she is hurting. If she really did reject Dad, which I don't understand why she would in the first place, but with Dad dead, don't that mean you are automatically alpha? Rubbing my forehead, I sighed, I am not sure. I reported to the king about Dad's death, and he said he would look into it. He seemed rather suspicious about it, as if he knew something. He didn't even seem surprised to hear about it. He told me to sit tight. That was 2 days ago. Has Cole called again? No, not since the first time, but even he seemed off, and I don't understand why Dad was out running alone even if Mom had rejected him. He was not that stupid to leave himself open like that. Caitlin nodded her head. Dad may have been a lot of things, but stupid wasn't one of them. I want the alpha title badly enough that I teamed up with my sister to get it, but Caitlin is blind to how Mom and Dad's relationship was. They fought all the time and couldn't stand to be in the same room together for more than 10 minutes, so, hearing she may have rejected him does not surprise me at all. But not being able to reach it seemed odd. Even though they didn't get along, she cared for us. She would never abandon us. I know his obsession with Willow's mother ran deep, so deep he kept her daughter close. He became focused on her even when he found out she was my mate. I let my mind drift to her. I hadn't seen her in the last 2 days, and her scent wasn't as strong here as it was a few days ago. Lincoln wasn't where to be seen either, which made me wonder if he had taken her somewhere. What are you going to do now? Her question snapped me out of it. Nothing I can do right now but wait. Cole is watching over the pack, but I somehow don't think the king will let him have the reins. He is the beta. He could take over for a while. Shaking my head, no, the king won't go for it. He will hold him just as responsible for the pack's shape as he was Dad, right-hand man. He knew of his doings, which may serve in my favor. And what about Willow? I wasn't sure what to do now. I thought once I got in a spot with power, I could take her, but now I am not sure what to do. I do not know. This changes a lot with Dad dying. Nodding her head as she agreed with me. What are you going to do? You going to stay here and keep on with your plan? I asked her. Yes, I am not giving up on that. I've learned a lot in the few days with Holly. That girl is straight up crazy, let me tell you. I thought I was shady, but damn, she has me beat by a long shot. Pain suddenly ripped through my chest, making me fold over, clutching it. Milo! Caitlin screamed as she grabbed my arm, trying to pull me upward. What's wrong? I tried to speak, but the words weren't there. The pain was so intense I felt as if I couldn't breathe, pushing my hand against my chest as another wave hit me, making me feel like it was ripping me apart. That was when I knew what this was. Willow, I whispered her name. Willow? What does she have to do? Caitlin trailed off as her eyes widened, groaning out again as I felt the pain grow stronger. Damn, did she feel this the night I marked Ashlyn? He's marked and mated her, hasn't he? Her voice trembled. I think it's just marking her. I would have felt if they mated beforehand, but I didn't. As black spots danced in my sight, my breaths came out short, hard, and fast. I felt as if I could not get any air in my lungs, and the burning in my chest was unbearable. I felt darkness flood around me. Milo, I heard my name but then nothing as the darkness engulfed me entirely. Willow sunlight danced along my face as the warmth from its rays warmed my cheek, squinting a bit as I opened my eyes. It was so bright. Slowly, I sat up, looking around. I was once again in a meadow, lying in soft grass, it danced and swayed in the light breeze that blew softly across the top. Awake, I see, the voice was behind me, causing a squeal to leave me. I jumped up, spinning around, and my eyes landed on a woman sitting on a bench. She was so beautiful with her white hair. Her blue eyes looked like pools of water as she stared at me. I am sorry if I startled you. Please sit with me, she held her hand, gesturing to the spot beside her. Usually, with people I don't know, I feel panicky or nervous, like I want to run, but with her, I did not feel the need to do either. No need to be afraid, I won't hurt you. My feet were moving before I knew what was happening. I was sitting next to her on the bench. Her smile was bright and warm. I couldn't help but return one as well. I am sure you are wondering where you are and who I am. I couldn't help the small chuckle, but then my eye widened as I covered my mouth. I am sorry, she held her hand up. It's quite all right, my name is Selene. I brought you here to make amends for what has happened to you. I blame myself for all you have been through. I would like a chance to make it right. I just sat there lost. I blinked a few times but was still trying to wrap my head around what she had just said to me. She was Selene, the Selene, as in the moon goddess Selene. She smiled. The one and only. I suddenly felt like I should be bowing or at least on my knees. But instead, I found myself frozen in my seat, staring at her like she was some foreign object. Breathe, Willow. I would hate for one of my children to pass out from lack of air. Letting out the breath I had been holding, I took another in. Once I had my breathing under control, I finally looked at her. Why? That was all I said, looking down at her hands, then raising her eyes to look out over the meadow. Believe it or not, I do make mistakes, Willow. My job is not easy, but I fix my mistakes when I can, and I am sorry it has taken me this long to fix this one. I paired you with Milo to try to make up for what his father had done to your family. I hoped he would become something greater than his father, but I was wrong. He is just as power-hungry as Lucas, so I gave you a second mate. Lincoln is a good match for you as you are for him. She turned, taking my hand in hers. I should have paired you two, to begin with, and for that, I am truly sorry. Why didn't I get a wolf? This is another thing I wanted to know. I never understood why I never got one. I wouldn't have been so lonely if I had. When I saw the route Milo was taking, I had to let things play out and change some things so they would be set for you in this new direction you will be faced with. Direction? I am not understanding. You will in time. Now, as for your bond with Milo, I will take it away, but not before I let him suffer some pain. Tingles ran through me when I felt a slight pinch on my neck. Touching it with my fingers, I could feel something under my skin. Ah, I see he has done it. She leaned over, looking at my neck with a glint in her eyes. Done what? She smiled at me. Marked you. Now my sweet Willow, go and return to your mate now that he has marked you. When the power awakens inside, let it come forward. Don't fear it. Grab it and hold on to it. Your mate will know what to do when that time comes. Trust him, the reward is worth the wait. She stood, touching her thumb to my forehead. Wait, a blinding white light cut me off as a rush of wind came over me. Lincoln man, I feel like crap. What happened? My body ached, almost like I had been in a knockdown, dragged out brawl. Lincoln honey, I opened my eyes and saw Mom looking at me. Mom! Relief washed over her face, letting out a breath of air. God, Lincoln, you scared us. Picking my head up, I look around. I am still in Willow's room. I am sitting in the chair I have been in for the last 2 days. Sitting up, I look over to Willow. What happened? Moving to stand, I needed to see her. She was still asleep but looked different. Her color was coming back on her cheeks, touching her hand. It was warm and not cool feeling. You passed out. Dr. April said the marking caused it. It drained you. She said it was normal, seeing as you marked her while not being intimate, rubbing a hand down my face. I hoped she would wake up as soon as I marked her. Was I out long? She shook her head. No, maybe a half hour. She thought you would be out for at least an hour or longer. Do you feel all right? Nodding. Yeah, just feel like someone beat my ass. Looking at Willow's face, I brushed a strain of hair away from her forehead. She will wake up Lincoln. She already looks better. Her hand comes down on my shoulder. When I turned to look at her, I felt fingers wiggle however small I felt it. Snapping my head to look down at her, I could see her eyes dancing back and forth behind her eyelids. Willow, I called her name softly. A groan came from her as her head tilted to the step, her mouth parted, gasping for air. Then, slowly, her eyes opened, her brows forward together. Licking her lips as her eyes moved to me, Lincoln, she sounds raspy, leaning over closer to her. I am here, cupping her cheek and resting my forehead against hers, taking in the feel of her. Her scent seemed stronger. The sparks were like electricity running through me. I could feel her emotions. The pull I felt towards her was so intense I swear my breath hitched from our feelings that were all over. I'll get Dr. April, Mom says as she hurries out of the room. I heard the door. Oh, Willow, it is so good to see you are awake. I pulled back as the doctor approached. She looked at Willow. How are we feeling? She started to check her over. Thirsty. She rubbed her throat, her fingers gracing her mark, her fingers stopping. They lingered there momentarily as her eyes met mine. I saw something swirl in them. It was anger. It was something else. Longing, maybe lust? A warmth feeling spread throughout my chest seeing my mark. Dr. April chuckled. She can have a small drink, but sip it okay. Pouring her a cup of water from the pitcher, I placed a straw in so it would be easier for her to drink. Taking a small sip, she leaned back. Better. Her head bobbed. Yes, thank you. Well, everything seems fine. Your vitals are normal, and your color has returned. Do you have any pain? Shaking her head no. Well, I would like for you to stay the night, but if you want to go home, you can just make sure to rest. I'd like to go home, please. She looked at me, nodding my head. We will go then, all right, but no funny business. She needs rest and nothing else. She pointed a finger at me with a raised brow, holding my hands up. Got it. I knew what she meant. Even though everything in me wanted to finish the mating, I knew she wasn't ready, and we clearly had things to discuss. Willow, let me go get something for you to change into. Be right back. Dr. April left. Mom came over, hugging Willow. Her body tensed at the contact, but she relaxed, hugging Mom back. I was so worried about you. I am glad you're finally awake. Mom holds Willow's face, placing a kiss on her forehead. The door opened as the doctor walked back in, carrying some clothes. Well, it's nothing fancy, but they are comfortable enough till you get home. Once she was changed, we left. Dr. April gave me more warnings about resting only. Now we were in her room. I wanted to take her to my room. I wanted her with me at all times. I also did not want to push her too much and have her think I wanted something else. We had to talk about a lot, and I could tell she had a lot of questions. I am still thankful she didn't flip out over waking up marked. She would reach up, running her fingers over her neck. Her body shuddered a bit. She then drops her hand. She was also quiet on the way back. I could see she was thinking about something. She would get a far-off look in her eyes. Her heartbeat never changed. I could not sense any fear, so it wasn't something that was upsetting her. Sitting on the bed next to her, taking her hand in mine, "Did you want to change?" She was still in the sweatpants and shirt that Dr. April gave her, shaking her head. "No, I am okay right now." Again her finger ran over her mark, sliding closer. "Willow, I am sorry for marking you without your consent." Her eyes meet mine. I don't see anger in them. I am not upset about you marking me. Surprised a little but not upset. Surprised. I asked, not sure what she meant. She dropped her eyes, letting her head tilt forward. "My first mate rejected me because I was wolfless and weak. He was an alpha, and he needed a stronger Luna. Then I met you and discovered you are my second chance mate, but you are a Leaken prince. You are royalty. I guess I am surprised you want a wolfless mate like me, and now, with marking me, I am worried you might change your mind and want someone stronger than me. I don't think I could handle another rejection." She thinks I am going to want to take it back, that I would toss her aside like that idiot Milo. My beast whimpered at her words, and then rage filled him at the pain she had gone through. "Willow, look at me, please." She slowly lifted her head. Her eyes were glossy, as they had tears in them. "I will never regret marking you. Unlike Milo, I know what I have before me, and I'm never letting that go. You are my mate. I do not care that you have no wolf. That don't make a good Luna or leader. It's their heart. You are a good person. Your heart is pure. You have been through so much, yet you are still here trying to move forward. You faced Milo and his sister cause you didn't want to hide anymore. That alone is one of the strongest things anyone could have done. No one wants to face their fears like that, but you did it." Tears ran down her face. Wiping them with my thumb, I couldn't help but lean forward, catching her lips with mine, break apart so she could breathe, her hands on my shoulders, her finger clutching my shirt. "Why did you mark me?" Looking at her, she asked between breaths, "Did something happen that made you mark me?" It's a lot to explain, but I will tell you everything, telling her everything that happened. She listened as I talked, a few gasps from her when I told her she was halfway shifting and that she wasn't getting better, so you had to mark me so I would get better. Her head turned as she looked at me. I had moved to sit next to her on the bed. We both were leaning back against the headboard. "That's what Dr. April said. She spoke with someone who had a similar case like you, and her mate marked her, and she got better. She did not say anything, she just looked down at the blanket she was fidgeting with." I could see something was on her mind other than the marking. Hey, I nudge her with my shoulder, what's wrong? I can see something's bothering you, you can talk to me. Willow, could I tell him about my dream? I mean, I think it was a dream. I was asleep while it happened, what would he think? Would he guess I am crazy? Would he believe me? Looking over at him, I could feel him more now, not so much physically but emotionally. I need to tell him. She did say to trust my mate. Even though I was not good at trust, Lincoln has never given me a reason not to trust him. He has been super friendly and helpful, and OMG he marked me, I am wearing his mark. I could feel my face heat up at those thoughts. I have something I wanted to tell you, but I don't want you to think I am crazy or something. Chuckling, he grabs my hand, lacing his finger with mine. Little one, nothing you could say would make me think that. Even if you suddenly think you will spit purple flames, I would be right there watching and cheering you on. I just blinked at him but then busted out laughing. Oh God, I can't believe you just said that. I am being serious. I would even get River pom-poms and have him cheering with me. He waves his hands back and forth. I laughed even harder at the thought of River holding pom-poms. He would so do it, too, and that made it even funnier. Pink and purple would be good for him. I wheeze out while laughing. I could feel the tension leaving my body as we laughed. It made me feel lighter. The air around us wasn't so thick with tension. Once we calmed down, I caught my breath. I knew I could tell him, so I did. I told him about my dream where I met Selene and what she had told me. I even told him about when I saw my parents. He was surprised to learn who my parents were, and then he was cursing Alpha Lucas. I knew he was crooked in so many ways. Even his mate finally saw it. He had gotten up and was pacing at the foot of the bed. His mate? Luna Amy? I asked, not following his ramblings. Stopping, he looked at me. Yes, Luna Amy. She came here the other day. She had a meeting with Dad and me. She rejected him and said she couldn't take it anymore. She is currently heading to her parents. Her brother is Alpha now. I covered my mouth. She rejected him. Did she have anything to say as to why she did? I know they didn't have the best relationships, but they have been together for years. She did give Dad a lot of information. She even warned us about Milo and his sister. And not to trust that Beta Cole. My body shivered at the sound of his name. Flashes of things he did to me started running through my head. Hey, it's okay. Lincoln was before me, cupping my cheeks. No one can just you here. I won't let them. Taking a deep breath in. That's it. Nice and slow. His voice was calm and steady. His smell was so strong it was filling my nose, which caused a quiet feeling to wash over me. I'm sorry. He shook his head. Never be sorry. You did nothing wrong. Suddenly, there was a banging on the door. Okay, you had her long enough. Let us in. Heather's voice was loud. Lincoln growled as he walked over, pulling the door open. Heather pushed past him, earning another growl. River and Mia walked in. Sorry, Link, but she can be overbearing and impatient. Heather only rolled her eyes at him as they all came in. Heather and Mia sat with me on the bed as Lincoln and River were discussing something on the room's far side. Not sure how long they were there, but I have fallen asleep at some point. Cole, sir, people at the gate, they want to speak with you. One of my guards linked me. Who are they? They are from the royal palace, saying that King Winston sent them. Why would the king send people here? Damn it, Milo must have said about his father being killed. Let them in. Quickly pulling out my phone, I dial that moron's number. Beta Cole. It was Caitlin's voice coming through the phone. Caitlin, I need to speak with Milo. Where is he? Letting out a sigh, he can't talk right now. He seems to have fallen ill and is resting. Ill? Werewolves don't get sickness. We don't get colds. Nothing along those lines. Caitlin, I am not screwing around. Put him on phone now. I growled at her. I did have time for her bratty ways right now. There was some rustling noise. Yes. His voice was weak sounding. What the hell is going on? Are you sick? I will be fine in a day. What do you need? Something is not right. He's lying. But right now, I can't worry about that. I have members from the royal palace here wanting to speak with me. Well, the king must have sent them. This I know. But why would he? I haven't put in about your father yet, as I am trying to keep the pack together. Did you say something to him? Well, yes, I did. He has already made the order to remove my father from his position. He has people coming to run the pack till he finds a replacement. Replacement? Why would he need that? Because we have put forward all of Dad's illegal doings. The king is taking over the pack until a new alpha has been found. He will not hand me the title even though it's my birthright, so I am playing his game to get the pack and the title I deserve. I ended the call before I said something I shouldn't. That little shit is ruining everything. He is going to have to be dealt with. I thought I could control him, but he would fight me all the way. He won't let go. There was a knock on the door. Come in, I called out, taking a moment to compose myself. I didn't need them to see my anger. It would give me away. The door opened and in walked 4 men. I could see they were lycans just by the size of them, and they had an aura about them that showed power. Gentlemen, how can I help you? I held my hand out for them to shake, but they just looked at it. Are you Beta Cole? One on the left asked as he glared at me. Yes, I am. We have some questions about the death of Alpha Lucas, the one in front said as he stepped forward. Alpha Lucas died in a rogue attack. Our patrol found his body. We will need to speak with the patrol that claims to have found his body. Also, as acting Alpha, why was his death not reported to the king? I have been busy with the pack. When they learned of their Alpha's death, some became very upset. I have been tending to them. What was done with the Alpha's body? We held a funeral for him yesterday. I know that's a lie. All we did was burn the body. Can you please have the patrol brought in here? We need to close this case, and if rogues truly killed him, we can move on to other business. Other business? I am sorry but I am not sure what you are talking about. King Winston has put in a cease order for this pack. He will be appointing people who will be in charge of this pack till it has regained proper status. He can't do that. My anger rose at those words. He can, and he did. This pack is in financial critics and on the verge of being dissolved and members being moved to other packs. You cannot support yourself. That can't be right. I have seen the books, and I know we are not broken. The businesses we own are doing well. How can they think we are broke? Now, if you would please do as we asked, we don't wish to do this the hard way and be forceful, so if you would just follow our request, it will go a lot smoother." Lincoln Willow had fallen asleep. The girls were so excited to see Willow was marked. "I think my eardrums are still bleeding." River gave me a fist bump. I was still trying to wrap my head around what she had told me about her parents. I was not surprised she had alpha blood, with all she had been through and is still standing. She's strong, the alpha line showing in her without her knowing it. Mia and Heather left as soon as Willow fell asleep. River and I headed to Dad's office. He had linked me, asking me to join him. River was telling me that the guards watching Milo reported that he had not left his room and that they had heard yelling as if someone was in pain. I couldn't help but smile, knowing why. The thought of him feeling pain made me happy. "Man, I can't believe you marked your mate," River chimes as we walk down the hall. "How's it feel?" "Different, like I can feel her emotions more, and her scent is stronger than before. I always want some contact with her. Sounds like your guys' bond is getting stronger." "I heard when you mark your mate without any intimacy, it drains you," nodding my head. "Yet it does. Mom said I passed out as soon as I marked her." "I don't fully remember. I know I suddenly felt tired. Wonder how Milo is feeling." Dad's door appeared. Giving it a quick knock, I heard him call for us to come in. He was sitting behind his desk, raising his head up seeing it was us who had come in. "Link, how's Willow?" "She asleep?" "Ah, yes. Well, marking can do that to some. Everyone has a different reaction to it. I am glad she woke up and is now home." "Yeah, me too. Well, I had called you two down here because I have sent men to Willow's old pack. Milo came to me the other day informing me that his father had been killed in a rogue attack." "He's dead?" "How?" I was shocked to hear he had died. "He was out on a morning run when rogues jumped him. He was outnumbered. Milo said they tore him up pretty bad to the point you could barely recognize him." I glanced at River, who looked just as confused as I was. "He was an alpha and was taken down by rogues? That don't make sense." River's head nodded as he agreed with me. "Yes, I agree, so I sent some men to investigate it and enforce the cease order. It is a little odd that his mate shows up here saying she rejected him, lays all this information on us, and then he ends up dead. You think she was in on it?" River asked. "No, not with all she gave us, but I would put my money on either the beta or Milo. Milo does seem desperate for that title, and he didn't want to wait till his dad to pass it to him like normal hires do. Hopefully, they have some information by tomorrow. I did not notify the beta that they were coming, so I am sure he was fuming when they just showed up. He can't deny any information to them or interfere with what they are doing. I am sure Milo thought by coming and telling you that it would put him in your good graces for that title. Oh, I am sure of it, but he won't get that title, not after what we have found out. He's no better than his father, and neither is the beta, so what of Milo? The guards said he hadn't left his room lately." River tells Dad, "Leave him be. Let's continue with the investigation and see what is found. Then we will deal with him. As for his sister, I would rather find her a different pack to transfer her to. I am not comfortable with her staying here. Heck, her mother didn't seem too fond of her. You know she is hanging with Holly. Maybe she will slip up, and that will give us leverage to transfer her." Dad nodded his head. "It would be easier that way." I did warn her if she messes up, she is out. We have been watching Holly's movement and think she is behind the patrol changes. That, and I know she is waiting to get her hooks into Willow. Now that Willow carried my mark, it's going to send her into a frenzy." There was a knock on the door. River went over, opening it. Ryland walked in with Carter behind him. "Alpha, Prince Lincoln," they both address us with a bow. "What can I do for you?" Dad asked as he noticed Ryland holding papers. "Ah, well, Lincoln, the other day you had me pull all mated patrol members and leave the ones unmated on the rotation." "Yes, did you find something?" "I do believe I did." He started to lay out the papers across Dad's desk. "Here you will see the names and what days and times they were on patrol." He points to the different spots on the papers. We follow his finger as he slides across the lines. "Now," he holds his finger up, "here you see this name." His finger pointing to a name. "Yes," Dad says at the same time as me, "this name is also here." We look, and the same name is on a different day. "Then it is here," he shows us. "As well as here, once again, there it is. So you think this is the guy slipping up and leaving openings?" His head bobbed. "I do. He is on every patrol and has had rogue slips by. He's on the one that we fought off the other day. It's got to be him then." "Ryland, keep the mated wolves off the patrols for a few more days. Make sure to place this one on patrol. We can set something up and catch him in the act." "Carter, I want you to work on this with Ryland. Put a plan together, but run it by me before you carry it out." "River, I am going to assign you to this order as well. You know Holly the best." "No, I am not trying to open old wounds, but we need to get a handle on this. We have other things that need our attention." "Yes, sir," River says to Dad, "but I can see how hard this is for him. He has been holding strong through this whole thing, but now he wants to be done with it. Why would she be helping rogues get through the borders? What could she possibly gain from it?" Carter asked. "Never know with her. She is like that, always sneaky, and always has some backup plan. She is probably looking to force my hand in taking her as Luna. Don't see how that would help her unless she was trying for a fake kidnapping or something." My beast suddenly surged forward, forcing a loud roar to rip out of me. As pain shot through my arm, launching out of the chair, he has taken control. Rushing out of the office, he tore down the hall. I was trying to rein him in and get control, but I couldn't pull him back. Rounding the next corner, I saw Willow on the ground as someone held her arm, twisting it. I saw red, and so did my beast. Lunging forward and grabbing the person, we slammed them against the wall. The person let out a cry of pain as I held them by their throat, and that person happened to be none other than Milo's sister. "What the hell do you think you're doing?" My beast wanted blood. "She hurt our mate." She couldn't answer as I had her airway cut off. "You dare touch her?" I snarled at her. She gasped as her hand dug at mine, trying to get me to let go. Her face was red, her lips turning blue. "Lincoln, let go." Dad's voice was right next to me. "No," I growled. A hand was on my shoulder. "Son, Willow needs you right now." At the sound of her name, I snapped my head in her direction. River sat on the floor holding Willow as she cried, holding her arm to her chest. My hold instantly dropped as I moved to her. Reaching down, I scooped her up, holding her against me. Glancing at her arm, I could tell it was broken. Spinning on my heel, I ran with her in my arms. My destination was the clinic. Join our Facebook and WhatsApp group for more updates, link is given in description. Rest audiobook will be continued in next episode.